Started. Hi, I'm Amber from Influencer Updates on Instagram and TikTok, and tonight I'm answering your anonymous questions as always. So they are submitted anonymously. No, I cannot find out who sends them in, and luckily people don't send me hate messages. Love that for me. But the first and most common question I've been getting is, why was Tammy Hembrow not at the Brownlow? So Bailey Smith, he was interviewed by somebody earlier that day or maybe the day before, saying that him and Tammy are just mates. So I don't know what the go is. I don't know if maybe that has been, I was listening to like Outspoken's analysis of it, Outspoken the podcast, and I really agreed with a lot of what they said, that maybe there's pressure from Geelong Football Club that because he's in the finals, this is his first year playing for Geelong, and they've said you need to focus on this grand final, not be focusing on this new relationship, especially when it's got so much media scrutiny around it. So it could be that they're just waiting until after the grand final to like rekindle their relationship. That is one theory. The other theory is maybe they genuinely have cooled off and are just mates, aka nothing's happening. I don't know, but we'll see in the next few days, I suppose, won't we? But yes, the grand final is tomorrow and Bailey Smith is playing in it. Is Tammy Hembrow going to attend? I hope so. I think that that will give us a lot of answers. As for the Brownlow, I think it was probably a wise move from all parties for her to not attend the Brownlow because, yeah, Bailey was one of their top 3 picks as a winner of the Brownlow, and it would have really overshadowed the whole evening if she was there, and it just would have been such a media circus. So I can see that that is why that was done. All right, that is all about Tammy for tonight, I think. All right, I'm going to get into the other questions. Why do influencers make such a big deal about getting engaged? I personally find it a bit off-putting. There are bigger things in life. Well, I do agree. There are much bigger things in life than getting engaged. But I think that a lot of it is to do with the engagement of, like, from their fans. Pardon the pun, but being engaged is big engagement, and it is really good for their brand. It gets a lot of eyes on them. People really like to see the ring, and then they like to see the wedding prep. And I think that also there's a lot of positivity around it. So there's a lot of hate and trolling online, but when people get engaged, it seems to be filled with a lot of positivity, which is great. The next question is also about engagement. So as we all know, Lily Brown, she announced her engagement this week. So she and Jett are holidaying in Italy at the moment, and he proposed to her. She has this big rectangle diamond on her finger, and she's showing it off in every single photo, which I absolutely love because I want to see it. She's given us what we want. It's great. And they announced with like a Lady in the Tramp style little video where they were sucking on the pasta and ended up kissing, which I thought was just so low-key, but like obviously not. Like I'm guessing that was a very rehearsed video, but I loved it. I just thought it was so great. I'm getting a little bit sick of like the same sort of traditional, you know, on a cliff, wearing a white flowy dress, and then, oh, what a surprise, I've been engaged to, and there's like a videographer in the background and stuff. Like this seemed very different to that typical influencer style of engagement. There were a lot of people predicting that they would get engaged in Europe just because it's Europe, and I guess a lot of people do get engaged in Europe. But interestingly, she posted a few days later, maybe even the next day, that the number of views on her account in the past 7 days or 24 hours or something had been like 20 million or something crazy like that. But basically that was proof of just how much engagement an engagement post gets from their audience. So yeah, I think that sort of answers the first question. But this person is saying that, yeah, the posting the story about her content reach was a bit cringe, but I loved it. I mean, it probably was a bit cringe. It's like, wow, look how popular I am, look how famous I am, look how much everyone cares about me getting engaged. But at the same time, I like to see that stuff. So I'm really, really glad that she posted it. But yeah, it was like, wow, okay, this is really, really big business. And that is what they are. They're running businesses. They have a personal brand. And speaking of people getting engaged in Europe, a lot of people have their eyes on Adam Sullivan and his partner Avalon. So Avalon is currently pregnant, and a lot of people are predicting that they are going to get engaged while they are on their current European holiday. So yeah, let's keep our eyes peeled for that one. Okay, what are people saying about this engagement stuff? Everyone's wanting to know about Skye. I'll talk about that one next, I think. Yeah, this person's saying that with the Brownlow, it would have been no focus on the players. It would have been all overshadowed by Tammy attending. And yeah, I totally agree. Yes, someone's saying congratulations to Jessie Stephens, who is pregnant with twins. I did post that tonight. So yeah, she is a twin herself, as we know, with her sister Claire Stephens. And Jessie already has one child, Luna, and now she is about to have 2 more children. So she's a twin herself and she's now pregnant with twins. So that is really, really cool. People saying it's nice to see Pam, who was unwell last week, so didn't come on the live. That is really good that people are happy to see her again. What do you think of... Sorry, I said I wouldn't talk about Tammy again. What do you think of Tammy's return to YouTube talking about her divorce? Yeah, the video was quite funny. It didn't really offer any new information, but she was saying it's awkward for her, like, when she got online to post the video, that she was looking at her old videos and it's like, I'm engaged, I got married, I'm going on my honeymoon, and now she's posting I got divorced, and it was obviously all in such quick succession. But yeah, I don't think she really offered anything new. She did hint at a few things, but I don't know, I feel like she hints at a lot of things, like even she was hinting at the Brownlow and it didn't end up happening. So it's really, I don't really know what to believe with Tammy's hints and stuff anymore. We've just got to see what actually happens and see what actual evidence we have, because speculation is sort of getting me nowhere with the reason for their breakup. What else? Oh yeah, people are saying that Snoop Dogg is going to be at the AFL Grand Final tomorrow, the halftime show, and he's at Miss Collins Club tonight in Melbourne. So fun. I'm so excited to see his show. I've been writing in my phone what I think his set list might be, because he'd obviously have to keep it pretty PG rated. He can't be singing about like smoke weed every day and stuff. But yeah, I'm thinking he'll sing like What's My Name? Oh, I don't know if people even care about Snoop Dogg. Obviously like Drop It Like It's Hot. At the Super Bowl halftime show, when he was on that, he did like a tribute to Tupac with Dr. Dre, and he sung California Love, like a cover. So I'm wondering if he might do that again, because I think that would be really highly liked. All right, I'll move on from that. Yeah, someone's saying they predict that Adam Sullivan will propose to Avalon in Europe. And someone else is saying, do you think Adam Sullivan freaked out about the baby and thought things were moving too quick? She seems to be more into him than he is into her. I don't get that vibe at all. I don't know what would have triggered that vibe, but yeah, I think he seems really excited about having a baby, and so does Avalon, which is really good. I think though that the gender reveal, that was sort of a bit of an interesting video. It definitely seemed like he would have preferred a boy and she was very happy to have a girl. Or maybe it's just that he was predicting it was going to be a boy. So then when they found out it was going to be a girl, his face was like, oh, I didn't realize it was going to be a girl. Don't know. Either one of those. But yes, their relationship has moved on really quick. Oh, this person's saying they do care about Snoop Dogg. Yes, I'm very excited for that. Oh, this person's saying they thought the opposite, that Adam seems more into Avalon. Oh, someone else is agreeing with that. Yeah, interesting. It's so funny. We just never know with influencers, do we? Or with probably people in real life either. Someone's asking here, are Anna Paul and Amaric still together? I don't believe so. I believe they split after the whole Michaela Tester exposing of both Addis and Anna. I believe so. But yeah, she's currently holidaying. We never really hear about Anna Paul anymore, but she's currently holidaying in Germany doing Oktoberfest with Karina Kopf, which is so ironic because that was somebody who was also fighting with Michaela Tester. So 2 of Michaela's ex-besties are now friends, and then there was some other girl as well. I feel like there was another question that I missed. Okay, let's just move on. Do you know anything about Rachel Wild and TBH Skincare launching into the UK? Okay, so TBH Skincare, what was it called? It had some weird name. But anyway, they've recently launched into the UK and the US, and they've rebranded from the Bio, I think it was like the Bio Home Hack or something. Now they're called the Breakout Hack. That is their new name. Sorry, I really should have got the facts for that story before I even talked about it. And yes, they're launching into the UK, and they've hinted that there's going to be some big celebrity hosting the launch party. I posted this on Subs one time. So in a video that Indy Clinton posted to TikTok, you could see her phone screen in one of the videos, and I knew immediately that the profile picture was Molly May. It was sort of like distant and very blurred out. It was sort of more just a shadow, but I screenshot it and I was like, that is Molly May. She's messaging Molly May Hague. And then she ended up deleting the TikTok video and re-uploaded it without that bit in it. So I believe that Molly May Hague is going to be hosting the launch event of TBH Skincare into the UK. Watch this space on that one, but that would be absolutely huge, especially for any Australian brand. How exciting. Okay, somebody is asking here, what are your thoughts on Lucy and Nikki in the top 50 power list with all political figures? I haven't read the list yet, but yeah, I saw that there was a list tonight that Lucy and Nikki posted on their page, and they've made the top 50 of some list. Well, yeah, it must have been a power list, and there's like the Prime Minister and stuff in there as well. I really need to know who the target audience is of this article and how people get into the article, because it does seem really weird to say that Lucy and Nikki are as powerful as the Prime Minister of Australia. It just depends on the context. Is this like influential power or power on, like, power within politics? I suppose they have been interviewing Albanese, I think they called him Albo, I can't remember his name. Anthony Albanese, that's his name. They have been interviewing the Prime Minister, and I think that probably helped him get voted in at the last vote. And yeah, he obviously sees their power in their podcast, and that's why he has gone on their podcast again. So yeah, they obviously are very powerful women. But yeah, I just need to know the context of this. I'll need to look more into that one. All right, this is the one everyone's been asking for. Skye Wheatley and Lachy Waugh, what's the go? Someone's asking here, is Skye single? Tori is hinting at Lachy being a bad partner. Will they sell their house? All right, I'll start with the most recent update we've got, which is tonight Lachy was posting on his stories. He often gets drunk on gin, specifically gin, and he'll go on stories and he'll post really random drunken sort of stuff, exposing things or just, I don't know, whatever, just being himself probably, but stuff that he wouldn't normally post. And in the video, he's posting like a tour of their house, and he's obviously living in the house. I believe that Skye appears to be living with Tori because she's been going live a lot lately and she's been posting a lot lately, and it's all from Tori's house. So yeah, that's what it seems to be. And then he also posted himself burning stuff in their backyard. I don't know what he's burning, whether it's like her possessions or don't know. That's all speculation at this point. But yes, it very much seems that they have split up. So one or two nights ago, he posted a story of her going live with these TikTok people that were men, and somebody had like screenshot it and reposted saying, oh, not these men flirting with Skye Wheatley, something like that. And then he'd screenshot it and said, geez, didn't take long. So it's implying that they've broken up and it hasn't taken her long to now be flirting with people online. And then also her best friend Tori, she's been posting videos about her. She's been saying like, oh, my bestie was in court and my bestie deserves a better man and things like that. And I thought, okay, I don't think this would be about Skye, because surely if it was, Skye wouldn't be letting her post this stuff. I don't know. If I'd just broken up with someone, I wouldn't want my best friend posting it all over her social media when she's famous. But anyway, I didn't think it was about Skye. But the more she's posting, and now with Locky's story, I'm definitely thinking they seem to have broken up, which is so sad. Like, they've been together for obviously a long time now. They got pregnant just a few months into their relationship, and that would have been such a strain on their relationship. Then they accidentally got pregnant with a second. They made it very clear it was an accident. They've renovated and sold Locky's initial house. They've now bought a new house together and then been renovating that. Like, they have gone through a lot of stressful things in their life. A lot of people are saying, you know, they feel sorry for Lachy because Skye would be hard work, but I actually feel sorry for Skye. I feel like Lachy has never been very supportive. Like, obviously, I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship. I only see what I see online, but every time I see him online, he just seems really pissed off at her, and he doesn't seem supportive of her social media career at all. But like I said, I could be wrong. But yeah, it's really sad. As for what would happen to their house, they'd sell it. I guess that's the complicated thing about splitting up when you have a house and children. Like, they probably will have to finish it and they'll have to make it a priority, and then they'll have to sell it, because I can't imagine she's going to want to live there with the kids, or he's going to want to live there with the kids. I don't know. That's just my guess, but I obviously don't know what they're doing with their house. Right, what are other people saying? A lot of people are saying they 100% feel the same. Well, no, sorry, one person has said that. This person has said their relationship was odd, and I get that they take the piss out of each other, but Lachy was just rude. I really didn't like him. So true, actually, that was very much their dynamic, where they take the piss out of each other. But yeah, I interpreted that as rude, but it's good if they didn't. Somebody mentioned they were watching her live, and she had actually said that the reason he never proposed was because he never wanted to propose, essentially. And yeah, I thought, I think that always played on her mind. Like, she would often talk about it. So yeah, I think that did play on her mind a lot. And yeah, obviously he didn't propose. I don't know. I just think that he just wasn't that nice to her. This person saying, watching their vlogs, I would despise the way he would speak of her and to her. He seemed to genuinely hate her. This is saying that that the kids were with Lachy last week. Yeah, I noticed in one of her vlogs or stories or something, she was saying Lachy's taking the kids to Sydney next week. And I thought, okay, this is interesting that, it's a solo trip or something. But again, didn't think too much of it at the time. Someone here's saying, where are the kids? I don't know that. I don't know the details of that. And this person saying they feel sorry for how long Skye was dragged on with him. He wasted her time. I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure they've had a lot of great times in their relationship. Just because people break up doesn't mean it's a waste of time. Like, they've got their two beautiful boys, and I'm sure they've had a lot of fun memories together. This person's asked, do I like Jagger and Stone clothes? Yes, I have 2 t-shirts I just wear all the time. I'm surprised I'm not wearing one right now. It's probably a bit cold, that's why. And they're that really like thin baggy fabric, like really oversized ones, and I just love wearing them as leggings. Just such a mum uniform, and I feel just like a bit different wearing them, because like everyone wears this is Jagged. Oh, that sounds really similar. Jagged and Jagger and Stone. This is Jagged, so Beck Judd's brand. And I feel like, the other day I showed up to Kinder Pickup and I legitimately was wearing the exact same top, a Jagged top, as another mum. And I was like, yeah, these clothes are so popular. Like, everyone wears them. Whereas when I'm wearing Jagger and Stone, I feel just like a bit edgy and different. And I like that. What else have we got? This person is saying that Snoop said he didn't even have a smoke the night before going to the tour to prep for his kick on the field. Haha, hilarious. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure weed's illegal in Australia. Maybe that is the reason why he didn't. Oh yeah, this person said Jess Malboy is a special guest, so I'm very excited about that. Jess Malboy and Snoop Dogg have a song together called Get 'Em Girls, so I've added that to my set list prediction. Okay, next one. Any goss on Lee and Carrie? No, I noticed that Outspoken Podcast, they said that there's rumours that Lee and Carrie have now split. But yeah, I don't know. They've kept that very, very private, that relationship. Outspoken Podcast also mentioned that when Georgia and Lee first came off The Bachelor, Carrie was the first person to interview them. Like, how ironic is that? That then, Lee and Carrie have been rumoured to be dating. I'm pretty sure they've been dating. I mean, it's been going on for probably 6 months now, hasn't it? But yeah, so sad. I'm really glad they have kept it hush, though, because for Georgia, that would really suck, seeing them public, like seeing their relationship be public. But I think that it was probably out of respect for Georgia, but also because, like, why not just keep it public if you can? This person is saying Martha Kalifatidis definitely pregnant after Michael's post. Yes, I didn't actually click at the time, but now reading this. So Michael posted just the other day basically a tribute to falling pregnant with Lucius, and then how they had Lucius and it's been so great, and they've taken him on these holidays. And he was showing that, I think it was like 2 days before they took a pregnancy test and found out that she was pregnant, they opened up a fortune cookie that said, a baby will be coming into your family very soon. And then she took a pregnancy test and was pregnant. I was like, wow, that is a really cool story. I love that. But it's the fact that he's like reminiscing on what it's like for her to get pregnant and to have a baby, and he spoke about her hypergenesis gravidium or whatever it's called, that HG thing where you vomit the whole pregnancy all day, every day. He did mention that, and I think that is a big reason why she hasn't been in a rush to have a second child. She did mention probably a year, I reckon 1 to 1.5 years, she did mention that she wants to start trying for a second child. But then, I guess I'm not sure what's happened there. But hopefully she is pregnant if she wants to be. Hopefully she's not if she doesn't want to be. That's the truth with that one. This person has said, I've noticed a huge shift in the last few months of influencers. They just don't seem happy and they seem majorly stressed. Is it just me? Reading this question, I was like, yes, this is so, so true. I agree. I don't know if it's like trendy to talk about how stressful they are and how anxious they are and just, yeah, make it seem like their job is the hardest thing in the world. I don't know if that is a trend, but yeah, I do agree that they all seem to really be struggling with their mental health and the workload. And even like Cardi Milan, how I posted it like publicly the other day, how she had spoken on her TikTok about how when she started influencing, it was all very just like natural and you would just post like your everyday life and everything. And she's like, these days I don't even know what to post. I don't want to fall behind and not keep up with all the trends and not be relevant anymore. But at the same time, that's not natural to post, and she just wants to keep posting the way she once was, and that the influencer landscape has just completely changed and it's confusing. And I really liked the way she spoke about that. I was like, yeah, that is so true. Like, it's, yeah, really changed so, so much. And I don't think that they used to be so stressed and so unhappy. But then, yeah, their jobs have become a lot more stressful and a lot more competitive, and I think that that is a lot of the reason for the stress. But yes, I do agree with that one, that they are. Oh, yeah, that one I've already addressed. This question is, who are the new Nadia Bartel, Beck Judd wags? They just don't seem to do it like they used to, and Jessie Murphy era. I'm not 100% sure what that question's asking, but I think that Nadia Bartel and Beck Judd are still top of the wags, even though their husbands aren't current footy players. I don't know who the most current wags would be. Tammy Hembrow definitely would be if she and Bailey kept being a thing. But yeah, I think that they're certainly not wags anymore. Like, obviously Nadia's not even with Jimmy Bartel, but they have turned their wag career into an entrepreneur empire. These are full-fledged businesswomen. And as for Jessie Murphy, I feel like she is more what wags used to be. Like, she's like, she's very focused on her appearance and just the dresses and looking good and just staying in the background and just posting pretty pictures. I don't know anything about Jessie Murphy. I've been following her for such a long time and I actually don't know anything about her apart from the fact that she's stunningly beautiful. Actually, I saw her at the Chemist Warehouse event recently and she is just as perfect in real life as she appears on her Instagram. Like, that is not filters. Like, she is actually that, she looks like a Barbie. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know who the new ones would be. Maybe it's just not a thing for them to want social media careers anymore. Maybe that's not their goal. I'm not sure. I'm going to look into that one more. This person has asked about Ashley Bynes cancelling her She Rises retreat. I didn't know this, but yeah, again, I saw the Outspoken podcast girls. They were talking about it in their Facebook group. They were asking, does anyone know why Ashley Bynes and Tiana cancelled their retreat? And I don't think anybody seemed to really know. They did drop an episode today, which I haven't listened to yet, but obviously need to. And yeah, they have cancelled their upcoming She Rises retreat. I don't even know what the retreat included. I'd be really interested to know because Ashley Bynes has done a lot of retreats over the years, so you'd think that she'd be pretty professional at it by now. Who knows? It could just be a clash of dates. It could be something simple. Maybe we're all looking into it too much. This person is asking, did Izzy Armitage imply that Bailey Smith is gay? Rumour was he was with a high-profile stylist. Okay, I haven't heard that rumour about the high-profile stylist, but yes, Izzy Armitage did post a video saying about her ex being a little bit gay. She did delete the video, but obviously I screen recorded it and posted to subscribers. But yeah, he probably is. I think that most people, I don't even know if most is the right word, but I think that it's very common that a lot of football players, especially, even not football players, that sexuality is a lot more open these days. Like back in the day, it used to be that you were straight or you were gay, but now it's like everybody's sort of just doing their own thing, doing whatever they want. So it's very possible that he has had some sort of relationship with a man. Is he gay? Is he not? Don't know. I don't know if it really matters. I think everybody's just... He just likes what he likes. I'm not sure what the answer to that one is, but yes, she did imply that he was a little bit gay. That was the words. This person is saying, do you think that it's ick that Bella Messina is always on about being a single mum and saying she's got no money this week, but does so many extra luxury appointments, trips to Sydney, and has an LV bag in some of her photos? No, I don't think it's ick. I actually really like when women talk about money online. I think that it is very rare because of judgments like this. Like, I've noticed influencers very rarely talk about money, but she is somebody who does talk about money a lot, and I love it. I think that it's also fair that somebody who owns a Louis Vuitton bag, they sometimes don't have money. A lot of the time people are buying these Louis Vuitton bags on credit card. It might have been gifted to her. Maybe it was during a time where she was earning a lot of money and now she's not. Like, there's so many different things, but I don't think that a Louis Vuitton bag is an indicator of somebody's current financial status. But yeah, as for having no money this week, yeah, I do question that. Like, to me, I don't know if that is necessarily true, but also because I feel like she's very good with money. I feel like she would have a savings and like a buffer and stuff, but maybe she'd have her different accounts potentially, and maybe in like her everyday spend account she'd spent all the money this week and she felt like she didn't have money for things. But I believe that she would have money. I think that she is quite financially comfortable. That's the vibe I get from everything she said. As for all the luxury appointments, I've noticed before that she has said that they are a business expense to her, and that looking a certain way, like with her nails and her hair and makeup and all that skincare and stuff, that to her, she sees that as a business expense. Like, she shows up online every day, she needs to look a certain way. So I guess in her head, that is an essential, maybe. And as for trips to Sydney, I haven't seen that. It could be sponsored, it could be gifted again, like I was saying about the Louis Vuitton bag. But yeah, my point is, it doesn't matter how much somebody shares about their financial situation, we are never going to know their entire situation. And I feel like Bella Messina is one of the people who are very open with their finances, and yeah, I really like that about her. I don't find it ick, but I know that money is a very taboo topic to a lot of people. Next question. I can't be the only one so upset to see Abbie Chatfield's video saying that she loves abortion. I'm pro women having these discussions with their doctor and making their own decision, but something is so unsettling about her. It's so sad she has a platform and gets away with saying things like this. Somebody else wrote in a very similar question, like about the same sort of thing. I think that Abbie Chatfield, she goes for shock factor. Like, to say that she loves abortion, that doesn't mean that, I'm guessing, that doesn't mean that she's saying everybody should have an abortion and the more abortions the better. Like, abortions are so great, everybody should have them, they're the best. I think what she's saying is she loves abortion. She loves the freedom that women have by having the choice to have an abortion. That is what she means, I'm guessing. And I agree with her. I agree that that is so great that people have access to that medical care. But yet, do I go around making videos saying I love abortion? Absolutely not, because that's, yeah, it's clickbait, it's rage bait. It's absolutely rage bait. She definitely knows what she's doing with that, and that is how she likes to get her message across, I suppose. This question, what happened between Brooke, Blurton and Matty Mills? Yeah, so this week they used to co-host a podcast together, and since she split up with her ex Mia, I feel like Matty has taken Mia's side. He did post something about her in the last few days, and he also posted a video about letting go of friends or something, and he wrote that he recently let go of both like a friend, like an ex, I think it was an ex. He had a breakup with someone, he let go of an ex, and he also let go of a colleague. And what he'd written previously was that he let go of like a narcissistic colleague, and then he ended up editing the caption and didn't mention the narcissist or the colleague, because everybody immediately knew that it was about Brooke Blurton, because they no longer follow each other on social media, even though they still have a podcast together. And I noticed the last 3 episodes, he has actually hosted them on his own. So yeah, Brooke Blurton and Matty Mills definitely are not friends anymore, but she's still on the cover of the podcast, and there's been nothing publicly announced apart from that thing that Matty posted implying that it's about Brooke. But yeah, something has gone down there. I don't know what, but I think that it's because he's taken me aside. All right, I've caught up on all those questions, so I'm just going to look at the screen again. This person has said, I think this is about Skye and Lockie. Have you seen her birth vlog? This was obviously years ago, but oh my God, he was shocking when she was in labour. That's enough for me to think he was a flop. Yeah, I haven't seen that. But yeah, it makes me kind of want to go back and watch this sort of thing. This person saying, I do wonder if he had a lot to do with her feeling her natural looks were unworthy. He always seemed to put her down as a joke, but just be downright rude. I don't know. I feel like Skye has implied that she's always had body dysmorphia. But yeah, maybe that situation hasn't helped. I don't know. She definitely had a lot of her surgeries done before meeting Lockie. I can remember that. This person saying, imagine the work that's gone into that house just to have to sell it. It is really sad, and I hope that they do benefit financially out of it and they don't just break even, because that would be even more sad for them. This person saying they're sure Lockie has also enjoyed the cash that Skye's social media career has brought in, along with her sponsorship and businesses. This person saying Lockie's mum is watching, and so is Lockie's sister. This person saying they got pregnant by accident. It was probably going to work out long term. The boys, I think that's meant to say wasn't. The boys just kept them together for longer. Yeah, they have said that both pregnancies were by accident. And yeah, I think that's very normal that kids would keep a marriage together for longer, because people don't want to only see their children part-time. Like, the dad wants to see the kids full-time, the mum does too, and they're like, well, let's just keep going. I know that Blue-Eyed Kayla Jade, she has been very open about the fact that her and her children's father, they live together still because they both want to be around the kids every day, but they aren't actually together. I don't know. That is very, very unique, though, and I love that they can make that work. Oh, this person's asked, what's the real reason Zoe from Subtle Mummy cancelled her breast surgery? I don't know, but yeah, she was going to get a breast reduction. I think she was getting a breast reduction or a lift or something, and she had to cancel it last minute, and she said that it's really hard on her financially that she's going to have to cancel this. I believe it was for health reasons, like maybe, I don't know, something's happened. Maybe there were like some health tests prior to getting the surgery and she failed one of the tests, and then she was saying that some other financial thing, like a visa when she was going to Vietnam or something, but these two incidents together have left her with not a lot of money left. And then she was asking her followers if they could please engage with her paid content more to help her get more jobs to pay her bills. But yeah, that's sort of all she said. This person is saying that weed is decriminalised in the ACT only in Australia. Okay. Someone's telling me I need to not forget to twerk tomorrow at the pub and AFL party too. I definitely won't be going to the pub. I'd rather go to bed. And as for twerking, that's not happening either. So funny. What's that picture in the frame of? It's a picture of Portland. So yeah, I'm at my mum's house in Portland, and it is a picture of Portland. There you go. Funny. This person is saying, to be fair, we all get stressed in our jobs, but we just don't post about it. That's actually so true. Like, yeah, it seems like influencers are complaining, but that's because that's their job to share their feelings about things. Whereas, yeah, if we were getting on there and sharing our feelings about our jobs, it would probably be pretty similar. That is an interesting point. Gosh, so much about Skye and Lockie. Hi from Perth. Yes, fluid. This is the word I was looking for earlier when I was talking about Bailey Smith's sexuality. Everybody's sexuality is more fluid these days and more open. Yeah. This person says they have plenty of designer bags. Do people not save up for things anymore? No. I would say 99% of people do not save up for things anymore. Most people seem to live pay to pay, and if they get a designer bag, it's probably on credit card. This person saying that her mum my mum saves up for her bags. We are not rich. Yeah, well, that's it. It could be that you save for a very long time for it. Oh, someone's saying that my stray hair is annoying. Yep, I'll just leave that there just for you. I'm so cruel. Oh, apparently this is triggering people. Oh my gosh, this background is so funny. Someone thought it was chocolate on their screen. Nope, it's not. Someone's saying they keep putting my hair behind their ear and it's not getting rid of it. Oh, that is so funny. What do you think about Michaela Tester losing so many follows? I didn't realise that she had. I thought people would definitely be following her because, I mean, she's engaged now and she was hinting at wanting to have a baby. I don't know, I thought people would be really into her. I was finding her content very hard to watch at one point. I was saying this before, that like her and Veruca, they get on such a focus of like hating somebody that it actually just becomes draining to watch. So maybe that is some reason why she's lost some followers. Or maybe it's because people were following her for the Anna Paul tea and then she stopped. And then they're like, oh, okay, I don't need to follow anymore. So it could go both ways. What are your thoughts on Kelly Holiday? I spoke a lot about him last week, so I probably won't address that again. But yeah, there's a bit on him last week on my life. Oh, thank you. This person saying they just want to say that they love my consistency doing this weekly live. So do I, honestly. Like, as I said, I'm away at the moment. And sometimes I think, oh, it's so hard to do this. But then every time I get on, I'm like, this is amazing and it's so fun and I love it. Put it behind your ear. I'm not doing it. Sorry. All right. Well, I am done. I'm through all the questions. Thank you all so much for tuning in on this public holiday. I hope you have the best weekend. And if I didn't answer your question, please send me a DM as always. Oh, there's so many coming in now. Did we talk about Taylor Broad yet? No. She has a new cookbook called Tailor Made and she has started promoting it. That's good. I find the cover really weird. I think it needs a picture of her on it. As for who's buying it, I'm not really sure. Like, I don't associate her with cooking. I find that really weird. But I really do like following her. I like her TikToks complaining about everything. It's actually just so funny. And yeah, that's about all I've got to say about Taylor at the moment. All right. I will talk to you all soon. Bye.